Well, if you've been following along, this is episode number 5, and we are up to 1995. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Paul Knapp coming to you once again from the Man Cave, and we are up to 1995 in our 12-inch G.I. Joe reviews. There are a possible 16 figures that you could have this year, so let's go ahead and get started with a FAO Schwarz exclusive. And to kick off this year in review, this is the 1995 FAO Schwarz exclusive Navy SEAL. This Navy SEAL came with a hard rubber raft, not pictured here. He had his sidearm, came with a knife and sheath, 2 grenades, a canteen, black backpack, black hat, reminiscent of the old green hats back in the early 60s, very hard plastic. And the outfit, I would say reminiscent of the Vietnam era, the tiger striped camo outfit. But this is the FAO Schwarz exclusive from 1995, Navy SEAL. The second figure for the year was also a toy exclusive. This was a KB Toys exclusive figure. This was the Surveillance Specialist. Came with a camera, green binoculars, green headset. Looks like an M16 or an AR. Had this other sound, I guess, receiver, and 2 green grenades. Again, this was the KB Toys exclusive Surveillance Specialist. The next figure up for 1995 is the Martial Arts Expert. This was a figure. This was not a mission set. This was a figure that came with this gear. You had 2 green grenades. Looks like an MP5 sidearm. He had 1 sai, a set of nunchucks, had his black belt wrapped around him, his gi belt, I guess, and a katana sword with a sheath. So this would be the 1995 Martial Arts Expert. Here is the 4th figure for the year. This is the Red Beret Commando. The Red Beret Commando utilized the basic outfit from the year before and just had the red beret with goggles, 2 silver grenades, a sidearm, a knife, and a silver MP5, looks like. Just a basic figure that they repurposed some gear from the year before and created this figure. Now this was a figure set, this was a figure, not a figure set, so it came just like this. Again, 1995, Red Beret Commando. This next figure is the Apollo 13 astronaut. This was in 1995. This was a tribute to Apollo 13. This is the Apollo 13 astronaut. It did have the NASA symbol and the stars and stripes on the shoulder. Now this next figure is a mission set. It did not come with a figure. This is the first mission set for the year. This one is the Sniper Patrol mission gear. Came with the long gun, bipod, had the huge scope on there. Also came with this thing so you could look up, you know, from a ditch or whatever without being exposed. Kind of reminiscent of, you know, World War II, World War I in the trenches. But and then you got this somewhat of a ghillie suit, I guess you could call it, just a 1-piece camo, and you got a sidearm. So that is known as the 1995 Sniper Patrol mission gear. Now this is probably one of the coolest outfits, mission gear sets of the year. This is known as the Aussie Outback mission set. Came with a hawk. See, I got it tied onto his arm right there. Had the Aussie Outback type of hat. Again, reminiscent of the Adventure Team outfits from the 70s. Got a green long gun with a missile launcher and you can see shoved in his boot, he has a machete. The only bad thing about all these mission sets that they made, very few of them ever came with a belt. It's the only thing I wish Hasbro would have done. Put a belt or a backpack so you could store all this extra gear that they would give you. But I really like this outfit. I really like this figure, especially coming with an animal. Not too many of them did. So once again, this is the Aussie Outback set. This is another mission set. This one is known as the Deep Water Salvage set. This came with the outfit with the boots. You got a knife down in the boot and the helmet with a breathing apparatus type backpack. Also has some type of hook on the back that would, I guess, go to the surface and hook on to keep track of them. But this is the Deep Water Salvage set. This is another set. This was not a figure. This was another blister card set. This one is known as the Medic Rescue set. Came with stethoscope, one crutch, long gun, seen with the diver's watch there, a backpack. Also had I guess a splint or a cast already made for a foot. Had the medic flag on the back of the backpack and also had a splint for the arm, so a sling for the arm. But this is the rescue set. Again, this was a blister card set, not a figure. And the final figure set for 1995 is called the Communications Commando set. Now this is very similar to the Surveillance Specialist, but this was a set. This was not a figure, so you had to use one of your basic figures. Came with the headphones, binoculars, had a camera, some type of listening device, got his long gun, missile launcher, and rope with 2 silver grenades and this chest plate armor. But again, you would have to have a basic figure to outfit this with, but this was the last set for the year 1995. Now there were 5 figures that came out in 1995 that were known as the action figures, I guess you could call them. I will post a photo of what the box looked like. It was very reminiscent of the, I guess, late 60s boxes. It was kind of that wood grain look. And they kind of went back to the official gear from that era as well, although it wasn't using the same molds, nor was it the same body. But this is the Airborne Military Police figure, the first figure from that series. Had the helmet, had a communications backpack, the belt, pistol, which was, as you can tell, very oversized, as well as the the weapon, Thompson machine gun, very oversized, canteen, very reminiscent of the 60s, had the pouch and the baton. But the outfit came with a figure, so you got everything that you're looking at here. But this was the first of 5 action figure series for 1995. The second figure in this line is the Action Sailor. Now this sailor did have a cloth cover with chief stripes already on, chief insignia, 3 red stripes, which is interesting if you know anything about the Navy. So he made chief pretty early, but does not have the gold stripes. Came with a duffel bag, and he should have a sidearm for being shore patrol, but he also came with a rifle, which I'm not showing here. Must have lost it in the move, but he should have a M1 Garand rifle. This is the Action Sailor. The next figure up is this Action Marine. Now you'll probably recognize those camis. That pattern is from the original, or very close, very similar to the original 1964 G.I. Joe cami look. Came with 4 green grenades, web belt, He does have a canteen holder, and he's carrying his BAR. Does have a soft cloth hat, not the hard plastic one from the original 60s, but kind of like that one better actually. So here he is, this would be the 1995 Action Marine. Here is the Action Soldier for the year 1995. He came with 4 green grenades, web belt, canteen with canteen cover, had a knife with a sheath, Thompson machine gun, and what's interesting here is they gave him the helmet, but they didn't give the Marine the helmet. Does have his insignias on the side, Master Sergeant, and he's a big red one. Again, the Action Soldier. So this is the Action Pilot from 1995. Kinda, sorta. What I mean by that is, it is the figure, however he is wearing the wrong jacket. Didn't realize that until I started making these videos and did some research. I had the wrong jacket on him, and he's missing his flight hat cover, and I'm not sure what else. So this is the correct figure underneath. I've ordered the correct figure once again on eBay. However, it's floating around Florida somewhere for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. Just can't seem to find its way to Virginia Beach. So I'm showing this figure, but I will put a picture of what the real action figure fighter pilot looks like from 1995 with all his gear. And again, I apologize for this, but this is why I'm doing my research, and this is why I'm making these videos, so I can get every figure Hasbro has ever made. And the final figure for 1995 is Colonel Guile. Now this is taken straight from the Street Fighter movie. This is supposedly a likeness of Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I did a box opening on this figure, so I won't go into depth on him, but he is outfitted with 4 sort of lime green grenades, a dagger of sorts, and a long sword. No other weapons, but this is Colonel Guile. Well, that about wraps it up for 1995. Stay tuned for 1996, coming to you real soon. Thanks for watching.